What if, instead of a letter, the castle itself had called to me? It happened in the dead of night. Apparently, the ancient stones of Hogwarts sensed a power they hadn't felt in a generation. So they reached out, pulling a small, bewildered me from my cupboard and straight into its magical halls, years before I was ever meant to set foot there. One moment, I was a 9-year-old boy asleep on my cot, surrounded by spiders and shadows. The next, a swirling vortex of golden light erupted from the floor, lifting me gently. And the strangest part? It wasn't frightening at all. It felt warm, almost like a forgotten memory. The cramped cupboard dissolved into a blur of roaring fires, shifting staircases and soaring towers, before setting me down softly on the cold stone floor of a vast and silent hall. My eyes shot open, reflecting a star-dusted ceiling that stretched into an impossible night sky. Thousands of candles floated in midair, casting a gentle flickering glow over 4 long empty tables. This wasn't a dream, this was real magic. As I took a hesitant step, the castle itself seemed to take a breath around me. The portraits on the walls stirred, their painted occupants whispering like the rustling of ancient parchment. Nearby, a suit of armor turned its helmet with a soft metallic groan, not as a threat, but as a simple nod of greeting. A feeling swelled in my chest, one I'd never felt before. It wasn't fear, it was awe. I ran a small hand along the stone wall, and it felt warm, pulsing with a faint, rhythmic energy. It was as if the castle was alive, and it was welcoming me home. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel like a nuisance or a burden. I felt chosen. Wandering out of the great hall, I watched as staircases majestically rearranged themselves and enchanted doors seemed to hum with their own personalities. This place was a living, breathing wonder, the exact opposite of the cold, boring world of Privet Drive. My quiet exploration didn't last long. A translucent figure suddenly glided through a wall right in front of me. It was nearly Headless Nick, who stopped mid-float, his spectral jaw practically hitting the floor. But before he could get a word out, a stern voice sliced through the silence. Just what, precisely, is going on here? Professor McGonagall stood frozen at the end of the hall, her tartan dressing gown pulled tight. Her shocked expression melted into pure disbelief when she recognized the boy with the lightning bolt scar. She quickly swept me away toward the headmaster's office. There, Albus Dumbledore sat behind his desk, his blue eyes twinkling with a strange mix of surprise and a deep, knowing calm. He listened to my breathless story of the golden light and the journey through the castle's very bones. Dumbledore leaned forward, his voice kind. "It seems, Harry," he said gently, "that Hogwarts itself has decided you were ready to come home. The castle is far more than stone and mortar. It's a place of ancient, powerful magic that has, on very rare occasions, developed a will of its own." He explained that a direct summons like this was completely unheard of, a mystery even to him, for now I would be a ward of Hogwarts, a student with no year, a resident of the castle itself. The next few years were a blur of incredible discovery. With no classes to attend, my classroom became Hogwarts. I learned history from the portraits, practiced spells whispered to me by the castle's own magic, and befriended the house elves who were overjoyed to have a permanent resident who was actually polite. Still, the question always lingered, why me, and why so early? The answer finally came one night when a strange, warm pulse from my scar led me down a forgotten corridor on the 7th floor. I began pacing, thinking over and over about my need for answers, when a magnificent door simply materialized out of the stone wall. I'd found the room of requirement. Inside, the room wasn't filled with junk or old furniture. It was a cozy, circular study lined with books about the Potter family and the 4 founders of Hogwarts. In the center of the room, a stone basin swirled with silvery memories. Hesitantly, I leaned in. I didn't see Voldemort. I saw my own ancestors. I watched them weave protective charms into the very foundations of the castle, learning of their deep connection to the founders. The room was showing me my heritage. The final memory revealed the truth. The castle's magic had sensed the piece of Voldemort's soul hidden inside me. It didn't see it as a threat, but as an unstable magical power. It had summoned me early to protect me, to nurture my own magic as a counterbalance, and to keep me safe within its walls. I was no longer the boy hidden in a cupboard, waiting for a letter to change my life. I was now the child of Hogwarts, a prodigy raised not by the Dursleys, but by the living spirit of the most magical place on earth. When my classmates would finally arrive for their first year, they wouldn't meet a nervous, uncertain boy. They'd meet a young wizard who knew the castle's every secret, who chatted with its ghosts like old friends, and who wielded a magic that was deeply intertwined with Hogwarts itself. I was home years ahead of schedule, ready for a destiny the castle had decided it would no longer wait to begin. What kind of wizard would I become? If you enjoyed this magical alternate reality, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more what-if scenarios from the wizarding world. Let us know in the comments what you think would happen next.